Jonesy and Amanda.
Jam Nation.
Throughout the month of March, Glaucoma Australia is asking Australians to join its fundraising initiative called the 7 Sites Challenge to raise much-needed dollars for glaucoma research, for early detecting programs and critical patient support services. Our next guest, who is the ambassador for Glaucoma Australia, we know only too well, is the man behind INXS. He's had first-hand experience as a glaucoma patient. Kirk Pengilly, hello.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
I'm really good. Yeah.
Every time we talk to you, I'm reminded of when we interviewed you when I was working with Andrew Denton. And before we cut to you, he wanted to make sure he got your name right. So he's going, Kirk Pengilly, Kirk Pengilly, Pengilly.
Yeah.
Then we started, he said, hello, Perp.
Kirk Pengilly.
That's the one.
I must have made him nervous.
You must have.
And why wouldn't you? Have you seen you play the saxophone? You were so good. And I'm always fascinated that you taught yourself the saxophone. While you were touring with INXS, you said, you know what, boys, I'm going to take up the saxophone and I'm going to incorporate it into the band.
Is that what happened?
It's true. Well, actually, I'm a guitar player, really. That's what I started with, and I taught myself guitar when from the age of about 10. And then I took up the saxophone at about the age of 20 when the band, was already sort of touring and going. And mainly because, we had 3 guitar players, and it was like, well, you can't have sort of 3 guitars in every song. And, I thought we need something else, a little point of difference. And I'd always loved the sound of the saxophone.
And those Farris brothers are as thick as thieves, so they would have
hogs. They're hogs.
We're going to heave-ho one guy here. Yeah. Get rid of the third guitarist.
When you say you taught yourself, do you read music or do you play it all by ear?
All by ear.
Wow.
By ear and soul and heart.
But also the thing when you were touring with INXS, that's when you got, can you say a glaucoma attack?
I did, yeah, it was. It was an attack of acute angle glaucoma, and we were doing a tour up the East Coast, kind of warming up for the Kick tour. So it was, I guess, 86, I think it was. And I just started to notice halos around streetlights after the shows, and thought maybe it was conjunctivitis or too much beer or something. And then I woke up, luckily, sort of after the last show in Darwin, I woke up in excruciating pain. It felt like someone was twisting knives in my eye socket. We got back to Sydney, and I went to my optometrist, and she thankfully diagnosed it and gave me drops until I could actually get operated on, which fixed it. So I was very lucky. The type of glaucoma that I had, there was pioneering laser surgery back then, and he burnt a little hole in the front of each eye, and that fixed it. I still have to get it checked every couple of years, and the pressure in my eye, get that checked. But it's pretty much been fine ever since, thankfully. So I was really lucky because it's the leading sort of eye disease that people lose their sight by around the world.
Well, because of you, I get my eyes checked every time I go for the glaucoma and all that sort of stuff. And what you're doing now is with the 7 Sites Challenge. Tell us about that. Yeah,
look, the idea is just to get sort of people out there, taking photos of stuff they see, and then posting it, and obviously getting, posting it whether they're sort of walking or paddling or running or swimming or whatever, and get their friends or family and colleagues to donate to this important cause.
Because I was shocked, 50% of people living with glaucoma are undiagnosed. So get your eyes checked.
Get your eyes checked.
Yeah, that's my sort of, my big kind of, it's what I like to put across as being the ambassador. It's just getting regular eye checks, whether you wear glasses or not, because you can still get, lots of different eye diseases other than just not being able to read properly.
Yeah.
So, getting to it, early detection is the best thing you can do, and that way you can then get it treated so it doesn't deteriorate any further.
Well, you're doing great work, mate. 7sites.org.au. And I know what we should put on, because you are so good with the saxophone, but I love this, Never Tear Us Apart, when that ball-tearing saxophone from you comes in. Let's put that on. Kirk, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Nice to talk to you. Love to Lang.